hope you guys are having a great evening today. And today I am going to be eating a salad. This salad has pepitas, sunflower seeds, and avocado with spring mix and pickle. Sesame seed dressing with red wine vinegar. Celebrating 47 days raw. I'm so thrilled to still be doing this, and I don't feel like I'm going to be stopping anytime soon. It has been It's been really seamless. It hasn't been very difficult for me. I must say, I have some days where I'm hungrier than other days, but it really has been um, a blessing to be able to proceed in the way that I have without having too many, you know. The only issues I'm going to say I've had is I'm trying to, as I mentioned a few videos back, um, figure out the best way to stay satiated, satisfied, and be moving into the direction of weight loss. That's very important to me because that's the goal, that's the objective, as well as obviously focusing on health. One thing I want to go over on this journey, I did begin to have some sprouted oats, about one bag of organic sprouted oats, and those oats tasted great. I found some satisfaction with eating the oats, but I noticed they did kind of bog me down a little bit, and I wasn't feeling optimal nor very pleased with like my overall feeling within my body. I'm like, there might be something going on in this sprouted oat, which is a raw food, um, that I just am not fusing with too well. And I ate, I would say, about 80% of the bag. And I'm like, I'm done eating the oats. They were good. And I actually like to eat my oats in a savory form. So I would enjoy it with some turmeric and ginger and sesame seed oil with broccoli and kale, things like that. And I would just mix it all up, and it was very delicious. Back in the day, I used to often have, um, hey Leland, how are you? Thank you for joining me tonight. Back in the day, I would often have my oatmeal in a savory fashion as well. And so this time around, because I'm raw, so I'm 47 days raw today. And because I'm raw, I had sprouted oats. And like I said, they didn't make me feel the best. So I've chosen to discontinue eating sprouted organic oats at this point. But I'm doing really great. This is day 47 raw. And I have a salad here that I'm going to be eating shortly. And really just wanted to share that I'm still here for the month of August. I was live every single day. And that is because that was a challenge to commit to the beginning of my journey. I started this August the 1st. And so I committed for the entire month live. And so we're on the 16th of September. I've done about maybe 4 videos, and I have slowed down on my lives. And that's okay because this is not a challenge that I've committed to. I'm still here. I want to make a show. I want to explain that I'm still doing this. But I'm just excited to actually begin working on the balance. I know there's an 80-10-10 dietary regimen by one of the very prominent raw foodist people online. I think his name is Doug. So sorry. But he definitely speaks on eating 80-10-10, this particular person. Just look it up, 80-10-10 raw foodist, and you should find the book. And he has a whole channel on YouTube and just plenty of great content. But the point is, 80-10-10 is 10% fat and 10%, I think it might be sugar. But in my world, I've already ditched sugar. I've ditched sugar. Sugar is a big deal for me to go ahead and ditch, and I've ditched it. Okay, for the most part. Like I'll have a smoothie. I will have, things like that. But I used to have date syrup earlier on and maple syrup earlier on. And I had maple syrup one time in the last 3 weeks. And that's because I was out of stevia again. And I was desperate for something that would have made my food just a little sweeter. It was a strawberry banana smoothie that was heavy on the raw strawberries, which made it very sour. Anyway, I'm very, very, very aware to stay out of the sugar zone for me. And I can have, fruit in moderation. I don't want to just gorge on a bunch of oranges, but I can have watermelon because that's very high in water content. I can have apples. That's really good for UTIs, your urinary tract. It's very good for, they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So that's something I also eat. I like to try to have the produce that I know is more water based. And I've been eating a lot of kale. This is my first spring mix salad in the last 3 weeks. I've been eating kale, at least 2 weeks. I've been eating kale, kale, kale like crazy. And I've been enjoying it so much. And so I'm celebrating my 47 days raw. It's really amazing. Um, I don't really have any hardcore changes that I feel I should be making except lowering my fat content. There's a lot of seeds on this salad. I like to feel full. I like to feel satisfied, and it's hard when it's hard to feel full and satisfied when you're eating everything so low fat, isn't it? I mean, who's gone on a diet and you're like, I'm hungry all the time. Like that's exactly the way I have been feeling going um without fat. And so it's hard for me to figure out how to do this, And so I'm try and lean in to having, like, let's say half a melon, a watermelon, because I'm not a big fan of cantaloupe. I'm not a big fan of honeydew. But I would like to try eating like half a watermelon, just scoop it out the bowl and eat that for breakfast. I have heard that they say you should have watermelon in the morning and wait a while because that digests so like beautifully through your system that to mix it with other raw foods would then slow down the digestion and interfere with that good flowing digestion. That's what I understand. If I'm saying it wrong, that's my understanding. But I want to have melon, not so much because of that information I just shared with you, but it's because I know watermelon makes me full and satisfied. So, plus that information makes me encouraged, but I know watermelon fills me up. And so that's really like why. What's on my plate? Hey, what's up, David? So, this is a very seed filled, high fat salad that is raw. I have been enjoying high fat raw food because I'm hungry. Okay. Anyway, there's some sesame seeds on here. There are some sunflower seeds here. I have two pickles here, and I have one whole Hass avocado. This is my fourth avocado in like 4 weeks. So I haven't been eating a lot of avocado, but I have just recently. I bought this 3 bag Hass avocado situation, and hey fungi, how are you? Yeah, this is what I'm eating. I'm on day 47 raw. I don't, I have not, my fat that I'm talking about that I've been eating has not been avocado. It's been seeds, it's been sesame seed oil. And I recently just bought some olive oil, extra virgin organic olive oil. I just bought that. So I will be using that in small portions. But the sesame seed oil is what I've been using in the last, I would say, 3 weeks. Prior to that, I wasn't using sesame seed oil. I was using just tons of seeds, tons of nuts, peanut butter. You'll see a video in the past where I talk about how I had a peanut butter headache and I had a peanut butter reaction because I ate like this whole jar in like 4 days, 5 days. It was terrible. I have never had a problem with peanut butter in my entire life. And that's because I've never taken it down like a freaking monster in my life. I was so hungry. You have to figure out, this is what I'm learning. As someone that is overweight and has always eaten in somewhat excess throughout her life, I'm learning that you really need to figure out what's going to make you full. Like, seriously. you know, and you can have fat. This salad is, if I was very, and also activity, moving the body. Now, I have worked out, I would say once, and I did a video showing it to you guys, and that was great. But I have not committed to fitness, and that is horrible. I know how to commit to fitness. You'll see some videos from a couple years ago or so where I, have some fitness videos on there of me doing exercise, and I do know what it's like to commit to it. I just haven't done it, and I do enjoy exercise once I finally get over that freaking hump of like the challenge to start. Once I start, I feel good. There is a dopamine that does drop within you, and you feel so excited. You feel, like you can do something. And I know that that's where I need to begin to do, because this amount of fat that I'm eating wouldn't even be that big of a deal if I was more active. So the fact that I'm not as active as I should be, this salad is not hitting the best way it could hit. I should consider moving my body more. This is my 47th day raw. I am eating a salad. I haven't begun to eat it yet. I'm going to go ahead and start to eat my salad, so I can be able to enjoy my dinner. If anyone that has any questions, let me know. I'm going to commit to eating my salad and staying live until I'm done eating. I have a lot of seeds, and I believe in chewing all of my food. And so the seeds, keep me chewing for sure. And I like the seeds kind of slow me down in eating my food, because it basically, they say the slower that you eat, the more full you'll be. Any questions? Let me know. I'm on day 47 raw. This is avocado, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, spring mix, topped with sesame seed oil, ginger, black pepper, pink Himalayan salt, red wine vinegar, and a side of a giant dill pickle. 47 days raw. Not bad. Yes, it is. It's an organic meal, with the exception of my pickle and also my seeds. They're not organic either, but my spray mix is organic. And you know, that's about it on this plate tonight. I didn't buy everything organic tonight, but almost. Thank you, Kim. Is that my mama? Yeah. I'm committed to eating my salad on live. This is my day 47 raw, and I'm gonna actually eat my salad. If someone comes in, wants a little chitter chat, I'll answer any questions. Um, I will take a moment and talk about sprouting, and I have curiosity in sprouting. Um, thank you for liking my picture, Line of Judah. Um, that scripture is actually Genesis 28:13. It says, I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go. I love that scripture. That's why I bought that one. I always say that. Um, so sprouts. Sprouts are very been on my radar lately because first of all, you can have springtime in all four seasons because you can sprout in your own kitchen. And I think that's fantastic. I've been watching all kind of videos about sprouting, and it has been so fascinating. Um, I mean, you can sprout lentils, garbanzo beans, pinto beans, black beans. Those are bean sprouts. And then you can sprout all kind of seeds, flax seeds, broccoli seeds, any seeds. These things can all be sprouted. And you can sprout in a jar, you can sprout in a tray, and they can bloom and be full harvest ready within 3 or 4 days. That's really incredible. And so when they're really little in sprout form, which is the infancy stage of an actual developed plant like broccoli, this is the infancy stage of broccoli or whatever you're dealing with. And it has the higher level of nutritional value. Um, the Hippocrates Center of Wellness, I believe it's called, Their main source of nutritional focus there are sprouts, and wheatgrass. I'm not gun ho for that center, but I am very aware that there is something to having a high level of nutritional access from a sprout, and I want that. And I haven't done it. I want to do it. Um, my mom, she's on my live right now. She wants to do it. I'm excited to try it in the very near future. And I have this shelf. I want to clear it off. I'm gonna buy a second shelf, but I would love to have like, tons of sprouts and enjoy that as like a salad every day. And I think that would be really exciting to be able to have, my own garden in my house. In any season, your garden is right there. And it doesn't require special lighting. It doesn't require anything but water and draining. And twice a day you do that and it'll grow. Um, and do you know how expensive sprouts are in the store? Sprouts cost like $4, $5, $6 for the littlest little portion. And I think to myself, that's too much for me. Growing up, my mom used to make me and my sister little bagel sandwiches, and she would put alfalfa sprouts in them all the time. So I used to eat sprouts as a child, and it was delicious. So that pretty much know that I would be happy to have them again. I see we have someone in the room. Number two people. This is my day 47 raw, and I'm eating a salad right now. This salad does have pepitas, sunflower seeds, avocado, spring mix, and I'm enjoying that with a dill pickle. One thing I'm learning on my 47 days raw is managing the fat is crucial if you want to see yourself lose weight. I've been really not overly overwhelm myself with the urgency to get perfect, because you're never going to be perfect. It's always a work in progress. It's always a work in progress. But one thing I think I will begin to do is having watermelon as the start of my day, because it's going to fill me up. I'm still going to want to have an abundant amount of seeds and oil on my salad because it just tastes really satisfying and good. What I do need to begin to do is I do need to start moving my body. That's what I definitely need to begin doing. Because people who work out faithfully all the time, their body movement allows them to eat more portions, eat greater amounts of food, because they actually burn it off with the movement. So, and so that's kind of my goal, is to learn how to use some self-control with how I'm eating, and then also start exercising. Very important. I'm right-handed. This is my right hand. Thank you. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you believe in taking care of your health. I'm on day 47 of eating raw. You hit the like button by double tapping your screen. Thank you. Make sure to double tap the screen. Welcome to day 47 raw, guys. Thank you for joining me. Any questions about any raw dietary questions? I've gone raw before in the past. However, this time is a little different because my raw journey this time, whoopsie, my raw journey this time is feeling like it's going to be long term. I'm not against eating meat in the future, but I feel like this is going to be a long term journey for me. I'm not craving meat. I'm not craving cooked food. And I do want to be transparent. I'm not a legalistic person. Mom, can you please turn the AC on? I'm not a legalistic person with this raw journey. I am someone that has eaten hummus since being raw, and it's definitely a cooked food. Okay? And so, thank you. Um, and so for me, you know, that's my transparency. That's my full transparency. I've had some dry cranberries in the month of August. I've had some pumpkin puree in a smoothie. I've had canned pineapple at one point. These are these are moments that I have had these things. My pickle, this pickle here is by Mount Olive. This pickle is heat processed. I've had date syrup. Date syrup, we know is sure enough, sure enough processed, right? But I see date syrup a part of so many raw foodists grocery haul or a part of their dietary influx. I'm not judging them, and I do expect some to judge me and some to understand where I'm coming from. It's a big world, but I'm just sharing exactly what I've done and what I'm planning to keep doing. And I find that to be very important and empowering to be honest on this journey. It's not a perfect walk. It's a walk where my cells and my body are being rejuvenated because 99% of my diet is raw. That's what I can say. And that's what matters. Hmm. Speaking of cells and how this journey is about health, longevity, healing, and getting the most nutritional value out of everything you eat. That's what this journey is about for most people. So, I want to share this. One other thing that I've been eating that I haven't shared is frozen organic vegetables. Now, frozen organic vegetables, they are frozen through a method called flash freezing, I believe it's called. Flash frozen vegetables, like flash. And when they flash freeze a vegetable, it preserves the nutrients at the highest level because it's happening at the moment of harvesting. So, after researching, I found out that when you buy organic produce in the marketplace on the shelves, displayed beautifully, that produce is actually less of nutritional value than a flash frozen organic frozen bag because of the transportation time. Every minute, every hour, every day, your produce is depreciating in nutritional content. And so when you flash freeze a produce of any sort, you are capturing the most freshest peak of nutritional value that exists within that substance. And in my opinion, why are more raw people eating frozen? Organic flash frozen. We want nutritional value. And I don't know if people look at that with a side eye, an eyebrow raised like Dr. Seuss. I don't know. But what I do know is if you look into the reason for eating this way, it's not just for me to say I'm raw. It's for me to get that nutritional value. So that's all I got to say is I eat raw and I eat frozen, organic, processed. It's called, I just said it. Oh, flash frozen organic produce because it's harvested and it's frozen and it's actually retaining higher nutritional value than anything that sits on the shelves that begins to depreciate nutritional value because it's no longer at its peak from picked from the tree, from the vine. Anyway, double tap your screen. Give me a like, you guys. Subscribe. Also, I just wanted to say that I'm not a legalist. I'm on day 47 raw. I'm not a legalist. I'm just sharing my journey. And it's been very, very kosher. Let me eat my food. mm. Mm-hmm. Day 47 raw, guys. Double tap your screen. No! I'm pretty full right now. Double tap the screen, y'all. I am really full. This plate remains about half a Hass avocado, or maybe a third of a Hass avocado. See how thick the pieces are? And then I have a little spring mix left and a lot of seeds and a quarter of a pickle. So I'm full. I have some work to do. And so what I'm going to do is save this for after I get done with this work I have to do. And so that's all. That's all I have to share with you guys today. Day 47 was a bit of a mukbanger type situation. I may share more of my meals with you guys and just kind of like see where that goes regarding engagement and regarding what y'all want to see. I'm on a raw journey, not a legalistic one, but one that's realistic and true and honest. And so that's all I can promise you. Want more? Come back for more. Check out my lives. I was live for 30 days straight in August. My history is losing 100 pounds in 6 months. My journey today is raw. Who knows for how long? All right, see you next time. Peace.